What's up, everybody? It is Lee Shushin K9 Training here, and at the time of this video, it is July 23rd, and we have 14-week-old Onyx, or Niklaus Onyx Z Tammik, which is his full name. So what I'm going to be showcasing in this video is literally a raw, uncut training session that we do every day with his food. He eats 3 times a day, and we usually train in the house or at a random field. So dogs are pattern-based animals, and they usually know when you're getting ready to feed them. They know by whatever clothes you might put on, whatever shoes you might put on, and they're pattern-based animals. So this was a completely random field, and the nerves on this puppy is just very amazing because he's really focused on me. And we just got through dropping my wife off at work, and I literally have on pajamas. Well, my my around the house clothes. I said, you know what, we're gonna stop at a random field and do some training with this food. So anyways, what you kind of see me doing in the beginning was basically getting him to bark. I'm basically rewarding any proactivity that he gives me, and I'm constantly basically just feeding from my hand. So right now you can see me feeding from both hands, so he don't really get used to food coming from one hand, and feeding from both hands, or feeding him just for coming to me, will just motivate him to always want to come to me. It'll motivate him to always want to work. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we started off with just getting him to bark and just really rewarding proactivity from him, barking from him, because puppies and dogs bark, more intensity comes behind that. So you can also see me getting him to hold some positions. So we're going over some downs, some plots, as you would say, in the Shushin command, and basically just getting him to hold those positions. And I pick him up and say break, because I'm releasing him from the position afterwards. And I got that advice from my Shushin trainer. So just releasing him from the position and saying break, and we'll actually train a break command later on in the future. But so as I mentioned, just literally feeding him for just following me around. I've had this puppy for a month now. He's 14 weeks old at the time of this video, and he's only eaten from the bowl maybe twice. So as you can see here, I'm rewarding him for holding basic position. If you know what Shushin and IGP is, then you know what basic position is, and I won't really go into explaining that. But I'm just really trying to be very another reason why I'm talking over this video is because I don't want to talk too much during the training. Talking too much during the training can really distract the puppy, which is why I'm doing a voiceover. So as you can see, we're doing a little bit of hilling, and I plots him at the end of the hilling and make him hold the plots, and then I reward him. Up until we started our Shushin training, I was rewarding and marking at the same time, and that's not really what you want to do, because you're not necessarily teaching the dog that the behavior is what you're marking him for. You're just he's just, when he hears a marker, he basically just knows food is coming. It doesn't mean that he don't know to do the things that you're teaching him to do, but you want to mark him for the behavior and then reward him afterwards. So that's something I'm still trying to get in the habit in. But as I mentioned, a lot of the stuff in this video you're going to see me go over 100 times, because consistency is key when it comes to doing anything, any type of training, anything in life, not just puppies or dogs or dog training. But you see me praising him and stuff right here. I try to praise him a lot after giving him food, because there will be a time where food will be taken out of the equation later on in the future, and it'll be, his rewards will either be high praise or, his favorite tug toy or something like that. And eventually when we get into actual IGP training, there won't be any praise or any toys for me to give him on the field. So actual trialing, trialing the dog on the IGP field. So anyways, as I mentioned, literally just rewarding him for coming to me. This will just let him know, when I come to this guy, I'm getting something. So it will motivate him to want to come to me. And we do most of our loose leash recalling with an actual long 16-foot loose leash. But I don't have a leash on him for this video, because we're just basically working a lot of foundation work, like a lot like this basic position here, the hilling, the plots. I haven't put any commands on anything like that, because this is a young, small puppy. And I don't need to really put commands on anything. Right now, I'm just basically getting him used to all the maneuvers and all the behaviors and all the patterns. And right now, you see me really just kind of doing a lot of stuff in motion with him. Plots, some twists. I had him healing for a second. Just a lot of fun stuff, and just trying to keep it super exciting. Mostly, most of the time with a puppy this young, you don't really want to keep training sessions super long. Sometimes, I will admit, sometimes we do go over recommended time, which recommended time for a 14-week-old puppy is like 5 to 7 minutes. Sometimes we do go 10 minutes, and it's because I feed him large portions. Like, he don't just get one kibble for doing what I want him to do, but he do get large portions of food, but it takes around 10 minutes to empty out my pockets. So but as long as it's not a drawn out 20-minute session, and as long as you got a dog that, as long as you got a puppy that really wants to work and is really food motivated like Onyx is, you really shouldn't have anything to worry about. But don't go 20 minutes or anything like that. I'm still learning that. I don't want to say that like I'm an experienced dog trainer, because I'm not. But that's the whole point of this page. I just want to document the growth of me as a dog handler. I want to document this dog's growth because this is my first working line German Shepherd puppy. And yeah. So anyways, looks like I'm trying to get him to bark. As I'm recording my voiceover for this video, I can't hear anything that's actually going on in the video. But what you see me doing here is I got the food in his face, and I'm basically creating some frustration. And once he barks, I basically release him. I basically give him the reward, basically. So just creating some frustration, letting him know that I promote any barking that he gives me. Right now I have his food in front of his face, and I'm just holding him back, and it's creating more frustration in him, more urgency to want to get his food a lot faster. So let's see what we work next. Okay, so right now we're just working a sit, and I'm getting him. I'm either going to put him in basic position or we're going to heal. Okay, so right now we're doing a little bit more healing, and my healing needs a lot of work. I went to a workshop with some of the shushing guys that I'll be training with, and we went over a lot of stuff, basically. So right now he's in basic position, and I'm basically doing what I mentioned earlier, trying to discipline myself to not mark and reward at the same time. I must mark for good behavior, wait 2 to 3 seconds, and reward afterwards. That is really important in dog training, and I'm really just finding out how important it is. So right now we're going back into basic position. Like I said a lot, this is stuff we work every day. This dog does not eat. This dog in the month that we had him, he's only eaten from his bowl twice. So yep, we're just rewarding basic position. I'm breaking him from positions, and as I mentioned, this is a field we've never been at. The nerves of this dog is just really amazing. I really love the nerves of this puppy. He's really, you'll see what I mean when I say he's unbothered by certain things in a good way when I post some exposure training videos, and us doing some exposure socialization videos in Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, stuff like that. But back to what I was saying. So this is a completely new field. Of course, when I put him on the field, I let him sniff for a minute, but once we got going, as you can see in this video. And it was a pretty packed park. Not in this area, but it really wouldn't have mattered, honestly. So you can see me praising him right there, just letting him know that he's doing the right thing.